Hi students, welcome to DS Economics channel. Today we are going to discuss 2018 July Kerala set economics previous year question. This is your part number 1. In this part we are going to discuss from question number 1 to 40 questions. So those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, and those who do not watch the previous year's playlist of Kerala set, they can watch in the playlist. I have given the link of the playlist in the description box so that you can watch all the previous year videos of Kerala set in one playlist. So let's start today's video 2018 July Kerala set. So today's first question is question number 1, an example of sin tax. An example of sin tax. Sin tax means high tax to reduce excess pollution, high tax on liquor and tobacco, income tax or security transaction tax. Sin means one type of bad activity, sin. So it is high tax on liquor and tobacco, because sin tax typically levied on goods and activities considered harmful to the society, such as liquor, alcohol or tobacco, then and sometimes different type of drinks or different type of game like gambling. So an example of sin tax is high tax on this type of activities is called sin tax. Option B is right here. Then question number 2 is all revenue and loans raised and recorded of which no amount can be spent without the approval of the Indian Parliament. It is called as public account, contingency fund, EPF and GPF, means employee provident fund and GPF, provident fund, consolidated fund of India. So no amount can be spent without the approval of the Indian Parliament, that is called as consolidated fund of India, because all revenues received by the government of India, loans raised and received from recoveries are credited to the consolidated fund of India. So no money can be spent from this fund without the approval of the Parliament. So option D is right here. Then question number 3, nominal rate of interest is 10%, expected rate of inflation is 4%, and depreciation is 8%. Then the user cost of capital. Here we have to find out the value of user cost of capital. So the formula for calculating the user cost of capital is user cost of capital is equal to nominal interest rate plus depreciation rate minus inflation rate. Nominal interest rate plus depreciation rate. Nominal interest rate plus depreciation rate minus inflation rate. So here nominal interest rate is equal to 10% plus depreciation rate 8% minus last one is inflation rate. Minus inflation rate is what percent? 4% inflation rate. So 10 plus 18 is equal to 10 plus 8, 18 minus 4. 18 minus 4 is equal to 14%. So here right option is 14%. User cost of capital is equal to, formula is nominal interest rate plus depreciation rate minus inflation rate, that is 14%. Option number D. Then question number 4, a trade theory which postulates that a country will export that commodity which uses its abundant factor more intensively. So exports those goods which are abundant. So it is called as Stopler-Samuelson-Leontief Hexer-Oylin theory of comparative advantage. It is called as Hexer-Oylin theory. Hexer-Oylin theory states that a country will export goods that utilize its abundant factors of production more intensively and import goods that require factor in which it is relatively scarce. So abundant factor export, scarce factor import. So it is called as Hexer-Oylin theory, option C. Then question number 5, trade theories that rely on a preference for variety on the part of consumers and existence of economies of scale that lead to intra-industry trade. It is called as new trade theories, Revensky theory, factor price equalization theory, or emerging theory. It is called as new trade theories. It is called as new trade theory. So new trade theories emphasize the role of economies of scale and consumer preference for variety, explaining why countries engage in intra-industry trade where they export and import similar type of goods. Then question number 6, list 1, list 2, match frictional unemployment, structural, cyclical and voluntary. So first one is frictional unemployment. Frictional means linked to the business cycle in between jobs and education. Yes, frictional means the gap between from one job to another job. So the time period gap between in between jobs and education. After completing education to get a job, that middle time, it is called as frictional unemployment. Then structural unemployment due to change in the structure of the economy. One is unemployment means not seeking employment, gap in skill and desired jobs. Yes, due to change in the structure of the economy, people are unemployed. So it is the gap in skills and desired job. It is called as structural unemployment. Then cyclical unemployment. Cyclical means change in the business cycle, means in recession time, depression time, people are not getting employed. So it is called as cyclical unemployment linked to the business cycle. Then voluntary unemployment means they are not interested in job. So voluntary unemployment, it is not seeking employment. So first one is A to B for C1, A to B for C1, D3, option number C. So we are going to discuss the important question. This is not important, this for Kerala. Then question number 9. Come to the question number 9. First one is labor force participation rate. Means labor force participation rate means ratio of employed person per 1000 person in the 15 to 65 age, or ratio of employed or seeking employment per 1000 person in the 15 to 65 age group, or ratio of person seeking employment in the total population, or ratio of person seeking employment in the age of 15 to 65 age group. So question is labor force participation. So labor force participation means ratio of employed and seeking employment per 1000 person in the 15 to 65 age group. So option B, here option B is right, because labor force participation rate, it refers to the population of the working age population. Working age population means 15 to 65 age group, and this is either they are employed or actively seeking employment. So either they are employed or actively seeking employment. So this is called as labor force participation, option B. Then question number 10 is not important, 11 also not important. These are the questions of previous data. So question number 12, NSSO and CSO come under. NSSO, National Sample Survey Organization, and Central Statistical Organization. It comes under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Yes, NSSO and CSO, it comes under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, option A. Then 13 number question, India became a signatory to the Ramsar Convention in 1991, 1982 or 2000. In 1982, option number C is right. Then next question, important question is 15 number question. First one is factor remittances to India is included in the factor remittances to India. It is included in trade account of the balance of payment, current account in the balance of payment. Yes, factor remittance to India, it is included in the current account of the balance of payment, option B. Then question number 16, received from sale of shares of central public sector enterprises, it comes under capital account or non-debt capital receipt. Yes, it comes under non-debt capital receipt. received from sale of shares of central public sector enterprise, it comes under non-debt capital received. Then question number 17, arc elasticity gives a better estimate of point elasticity of a curvilinear demand curve because as the size of the arc becomes smaller, the curvature of the demand curve over the arc becomes less, both or none. So arc elasticity is better than point. Why? Because if we take first option, the size of the arc becomes smaller. Yes, the difference between the 2 points on the demand curve decreases. So this makes the calculation of arc elasticity more accurate in approximate point elasticity. So arc is more accurate than point elasticity. So it is better than point. Then the curvature of the demand curve over the arc becomes less. Yes, because the demand curve approaches linearity over that range, which reduce the difference between arc and point elasticity. So option B is also right. So both A and B. Then question number 18 number, when a linear consumption function, linear straight line linear consumption function undergoes a parallel shift downward, if it shift downward, then the investment multiplier fall, rise, double or remain as before. When if we say a parallel shift downwards in the consumption function, typically means that it means autonomous consumption decreases. So when autonomous consumption decreases, its intercept decreases, but the MPC, marginal propensity to consume, remain unchanged. Since the investment multiplier is determined by the formula, we know that multiplier is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC. So here MPC hasn't changed, but the investment multiplier remain the same. So here multiplier, the investment multiplier will remain same as before. Then question number 19, choose the correct period of chairman of the Union Finance Commission. Vijay Kelkar, 13th Finance Commission, yes, 13th, time period 10 to 15 years. Then Rangarajan, 12th, 5 to 10 years. Then NK Singh, present Finance Commission, NK Singh, because present is 15th Finance Commission from 2020 to 25 years. Then YV Reddy, 14th Finance Commission, previous Finance Commission, YV Reddy. Then chairman was YV Reddy and time period was 15 to 20. Yes, all of the above are correct. So option D is right here. All of the above are correct. Then question 20, it is based on previous data, let it. Then question number 21, among India's trading partner, identify the country with which India has the highest trade deficit. India has the highest trade deficit with USA, Saudi Arabia, South Korea or China. So India with highest trade deficit with China. Option D, because we highly depended on China. Then question number 22, as part of reforms in existing labor laws, identify the labor code bill introduced in Lok Sabha in August 2017. The bill was code on wages. Yes, first option is code on wages. Then question number 23, according to Hirschman, A.O. Hirschman, the industry with the highest combined linkage turned out to be petrochemical, iron, steel, consumer goods or cement. It is iron and steel. Highest combined linkage, iron and steel. Then 24, rejecting null hypothesis when it is true. Rejecting null hypothesis when it is true, it is called as type 1 error. Then accept when it is false, it is type 2. So here type 1 error. Then question 25, economic growth results. Economic growth results, increase in poverty, increase in income, increase in welfare to poor, reduction in inequality. If we say that economic growth typically results in an increase in the country's total output, so which generally leads to an increase in income. When total output increase, then increase in income, it leads to increase in income. So however, whether it leads to a reduction in poverty, it also reduces poverty an increase in welfare for the poor, increase in welfare to the poor, then or a reduction in inequality. So it depends on how the benefit of that growth are distributed across society. So if you say economic growth doesn't necessarily increase in poverty, because it can reduce it by economic growth, it reduces poverty, but it doesn't necessarily increase poverty. It can reduce it depending on how the wealth is distributed. Then while economic growth can lead to increase welfare to the poor, this is not always a direct or guaranteed result. Then reduction in inequality, it is not automatic with economic growth and often depends on specific policies to address inequality. So therefore the most direct and universal result of economic growth is an increase in income. Then question number 26, it is based on previous data, let it. Then question number 27 mathematical question. If the two regression equation are 2x plus 3y minus 70 is equal to 0, 3x plus 2y minus 80 is equal to 0, obtain the coefficient of correlation between x and y. So coefficient of correlation between x and y, we know that the equation is r is equal to bxy into byx root. So byx into bxy whole root coefficient of correlation or r value is. So you have to find out the value of byx and xy. So first byx is the regression coefficient of y on x and x on y. So first equation is 2x plus 3y minus 70 is equal to 0. So if we arrange that equation, if we find the value of 2x plus 3y is equal to 70, then 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 70, y is equal to minus 2 by 3x plus 70 by 3, or we can say byx here. If we simplify the first equation, we got the value of minus 2 by 3, because the then if we look upon the second equation, 3x plus 2y minus t is equal to 0, 3x. So from this equation we have to find out the value of bxy. So 3x is equal to minus 2y plus 80, then x is equal to minus 2 by 3y plus 80 by 3, 2 by 3y. So here the value of bxy is equal to also minus 2 by 3. So regression coefficient regression r is equal to minus 2 by 3 into minus 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3 into minus 2 by 3, root value of minus 2 by 3 is equal to same minus 2 by 3. So if we deduct the value of my since the slopes of both regressions are negative, so the coefficient of correlation r must also be negative. So therefore r is equal to minus 2 by 3. So right option is minus 2 by 3. Then question number 28. Here assume the figures given below are current practices, practical cases like total revenue received, total capital received excluding disinvestment received, interest payment, total expenditure. Find primary deficit from the above statement and figure. So primary deficit formula is equal to what? Primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus total receipt. The fiscal deficit is the difference between total expenditure and total receipt. So fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus total receipt. So total expenditure, here total expenditure value is equal to 56,800, and total receipt means here all the receipt included here. First one is total revenue receipt, that is 34,500. Then second one is total receipt excluding disinvestment, that is 15,400. Then last one is receipt disinvestment receipt is equal to 2,300. So summation of all these receipt. This is called as total receipt. Total expenditure is equal to what? Total expenditure is equal to 56,800. So 56,800 minus this value. Total receipt value is equal to summation of all this value 34,000, 15,000 and 2,300. It is 52,200. 52,200. So 56,800 minus 52,200 is equal to 4,600. So fiscal deficit is equal to 4,600. So primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Interest payment value is equal to 12,050. So fiscal deficit is equal to 4,600 minus 1250. 4,600 minus 1250 is equal to 3,350. So here right option is 3,350. Option number D. 3,350. Option number D is right here. Then question number 29. Identify the wrong statement regarding SDR, special drawing rights. So what are the wrong statement? First one is gold has been replaced by a new international reserve asset called special drawing rights. Yes, this is right. Then it is considered as paper gold. Yes, special drawing rights, it is considered as paper gold. Then the idea of special drawing right was approved in the principle of IMF annual meeting in 1950. No, this is incorrect. It was the idea. It is not 1950. It was in 1969. So 1969. Correct answer is 1969. So option C is incorrect. Then option D, there is no compulsion of repay previous borrowing from the IMF while drawing on special drawing rights. Yes, this is also right. So option C is incorrect here. So wrong statement is option number C. So here C is the right answer. Then question number 30. Question is depression can be remedied by the government even without a budgetary deficit. Depression can be remedied by the government even without a budgetary deficit. It is called as PYQ effect, 𝙁𝙍𝙀𝙀 effect, spread effect or wealth effect. It is called as 𝙁𝙍𝙀 effect. 𝙁𝙍𝙀 effect suggests that an increase in government spending even without running a budget deficit, or budget deficit means finance by taxes or other than borrowings. Budget deficit, it can stimulate economic activity and help to combat depression. So this effect occurs because government spending directly increases aggregate demand. So it is called as a 𝙁𝙍𝙀 effect. Then other effect like PYQ effect, wealth effect, spread effect. So PYQ and wealth effect relate to how changes in prices or wealth influence consumption, while spread effect is not relevant in this context. So option B is right here. Then question number 31. Wages cut leads to lower interest rate and increase investment. When we cut wages, it lower the interest rate and it increase investment. It is called as real balance effect, PYQ effect, wealth effect or Keynes effect. It is called as Keynes effect. Because the Keynes effect refers to the idea that lower wages lead to a fall in prices, which increases the real money supply. So this in turn reduces interest rate and stimulates investment, ultimately increasing aggregate demand. So it is called as Keynes effect. Then then other effect is like PYQ effect, wealth effect. So PYQ effect it is also known as real balance effect. It focuses more on how a fall in prices increases the real value of money balance, stimulating consumption rather than lowering interest rate to encourage investment. Then other one is wealth effect. So wealth effect is related to how changes in wealth influence consumption. So these are not similar with Keynes effect. Then question number 32. among the following, who is not a Keynesian economist? Okuns, Ackley, James Tobin, and Sahoo. So Okuns is related to Keynesian economics. Ackley, then James Tobin, these all are from Keynesian economist side. But Anna J. Sahoo was a prominent monetarist economist. So option D is right here, because he is an monetarist, not Keynesianist. So monetarist economist, who along with Milton Friedman was a key figure in the development of monetarist school of thought. So this school of thought contrasts with Keynesian economics, so which focus on more on fiscal policy and government intervention. And these Okuns, Ackley and Tobins, they are associated with Keynesian economics. Then question number 33, structural inflation hypothesis is introduced by James Tobin, Charles Sahoo. Yes, structural inflation hypothesis, it was introduced by Charles Sahoo. Charles Sahoo is known for his work on structural inflation, which emphasizes the role of structural factors such as market imperfection and sectoral shift in driving inflation. So this hypothesis contrasts with other theories that focus more on demand pull or cost push factor and all. Then question number 34, match list 1 list 2, inflation, deflation, disinflation or suppressed inflation. Inflation it reduce inflation trade in government intervention, no entrepreneur benefit. Yes, in inflation get entrepreneur benefit. Then deflation, at the time of deflation inefficiency of effective demand. Yes, effective demand is very less. Then disinflation it reduce inflationary trend in prices without causing unemployment. Then suppressed inflation, it government intervention in the price control. It is called as suppressed inflation, when government intervention is there to suppress price or reduce price. So A for B2, C1, D3, option number C. Then question number 35, the theory of continuous market clearing is a proposition of It is a proposition of new classical economics. Yes, continuous market clearing is a proposition of new classical economics, because in the theory of continuous market clearing is a proposition of new classical economics. So it suggests that markets, including labor and goods market, always clear, means supply equal to demand. So due to the assumption of rational expectations and flexible prices. So this contrasts with other economic schools that may allow for temporary or disequilibrium or price stickiness. So option A is right here. Then question number 36, it is a mathematical question. The demand curve for the commodity is given by P is equal to 20 minus root x, where P and x are the price and the amount of commodity received, price and quantity, and the elasticity of demand at price P is equal to 2 is. So what is the value of elasticity of demand here? We know that elasticity of demand here is equal to, formula of elasticity of demand is equal to dq by dp. Here elasticity of demand is equal to dq by dp into p by q, dq by dp into p by q. So here P is equal to what? 20 minus root x. So P is equal to 20 minus root x. So from this we find out the value of x. P is equal to 20 minus root x. So here root x is equal to 20 minus p. Root x is equal to 20 minus p. Then this implies x is equal to 20 minus p square. So here we find the value of x. Then we have to find out its derivative, dx by dp, dx or dq, similar. So dx by dp is equal to, its derivative is equal to power into base, so 2 into 20 minus p. So 2 into 20 minus p into minus 1. So minus 2 into 20 minus p. Its value is minus 2 into 20 minus p. So question is at p is equal to 2. What is the value of elasticity of demand? So at p is equal to 2, at p is equal to 2, this implies x is equal to 20 minus 2 square. So 18 square is equal to 324. Then dq by dp. So dq by dp is equal to derivative of minus 2 into 20 minus p, minus 2 into 20 minus p with respect to p. So it is minus 2 into 18. Minus 2 into 18 is equal to minus 36. So we found all the value here. First one is then we have to put the value of this equation dq by dp. dq by dp is equal to minus 36 into p by q. So p by q, p value is equal to 2, p value is equal to 2 by q value is equal to 3 to 4. Q means x. So 2 by 3 to 4, so minus 36 into 2 by 3 to 4. 2 by 3 to 4, if we got this value, it is 162. So minus 36 into 1 by 162 means minus 36 by 162. 36 by 162, 18 to the 36 and 18 9 the 162. So minus 2 by 9. So its value is equal to minus 2 by 9. So if we put the value of, we know the elasticity of demand is equal to minus dq by dp into p by q. So a minus is there. So if we just put the value of minus into minus 2 by 9. So minus minus plus 2 by 9. So right answer is option number A, 2 by 9. And then question number 37. This is also an statistics question. The geometric mean and harmonic mean of two observations are respectively 18 and 10.8. Then the observations are geometric mean and harmonic mean. We know that geometric mean, to find out the geometric mean, if we find out the geometric mean is equal to root value of all the values. So root value of, if we say two observations are A and B, so root over of A into B. So geometric mean is equal to root over of AB. And harmonic mean, we know that to find out harmonic mean, we have to, the formula is 2AB by A plus B. This is the formula of harmonic mean. So geometric mean is equal to 18. So root over of AB, so root AB is equal to 18. This implies root AB, this implies AB is equal to 18 square. So 18 square is equal to 324. Then we know that harmonic mean value is equal to 10.18. So 2AB by A plus B is equal to 10.8. So 2 into A into B. So AB value is equal to 324. So 2 into 324 by AB is equal to 10.8. So this implies 2 into 324 by A plus B is equal to 10.8. This implies 2 into 324 is equal to 648. 648 by A plus B is equal to 10.8. This implies A plus B is equal to 648 by 10.8. 648 by 10.8, if we deduct this value, it is 60. So A plus B value is equal to 60. AB is equal to 3 to 4 and A plus B is equal to 60. So the two value. Then to find a and b, we solve the equation. Here we solve the quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation is we can write the quadratic equation is equal to, suppose t square minus a plus b into t plus ab is equal to 0. So we have to substitute the value of a plus b is equal to 60 and ab is equal to 3 to 4. So t square minus a plus b is equal to 60t. So t square minus 60t plus 3 to 4 is equal to 0. So by factorizing we find out the value of this. So t square minus, so we can write the value of minus 60, then minus 60 minus 54t, minus 6 minus 54 minus 60. So minus 60 minus 54t plus 3 to 4 is equal to 0. If we simplify this value from this first part, we common t, then t minus 6, and from this part we have to common then 50. If we take 54 from second side, then t minus 6. So t minus 6 and one is t minus 6, then another is 54 minus t. So first value is equal to t is equal to 54 and another value is equal to 6. 54 and 6. If we simplify this equation, we get the value of 54 and 6. So the right option is 54 and 6. So 54 and 6 is in the option number A. So A is right here. Then question number 38. Skewness is said to be negative when? Negative means mean less than median less than mode. It is called as negative value. And positive means mean greater than median greater than mode. Then question number 39. If price comes down to 15%, which leads to rise in sales by 20% each time, then there is curvilinear relationship between price and sale. Yes, there is curvilinear relation between price and sale, because a curvilinear relationship indicates that the relationship between price and sales is not constant but changes at different levels. So in this case, a decrease in 15% decrease in price leads to 20% increase in sales, which suggests that the relationship between price and sales is not a straight line and changes as price varies. So it is called as curvilinear relationship between price and sales. And second one is positive relation. Positive relation means positive, and third one is option D is negative relation. Positive and negative are too simple, as they imply a direct and inverse relationship. So the given scenario indicated more complex non-linear relationship. So these are incorrect. Then linear relation. Linear relation, it would imply a constant rate of change. Linear means constant rate of change in sales for a given change in price, which doesn't fit with the described scenario where the percentage change vary. So when the percentage change are vary, it is called as curvilinear relationship between price and sale. Then today's last question, question number 40. All the solutions possible in the face of existing constraint are described. Dual solution, primal solution, optimal solution, or feasible solution. It is called as feasible solution, because feasible solution are those that satisfy all the constraint of a problem. They represent all possible solutions that meet the given constraint regardless of whether they are optimal or not. It is called as feasible solution. So this is all about for the today's. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have discussed only important questions. Some questions I skip because they are database previous questions, so I do not include those questions. So if you like, please like in the like and comment in the comment section, so that if you have any doubt, I can try to clarify your doubts. And those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, and those who do not watch the previous year videos of Kerala set, they can watch in the playlist. I have given the link of the playlist in the description box. So in the next video we are going to discuss from in the part 2, that is from question number 41 to 80. So thank you all. Jai Jagannath.